The Circle of Men is an answer to a pretty common problem throughout Australia, and that's the problem of older, frail men in aged care homes.
In an aged care facility, the women outnumber the men by 10 to 1. Most of the staff are women, and whilst we have some excellent diversional therapists, it's not possible for them to individually cover the needs of the men when the ratios are in that proportion.
The Circle of Men is very important because in a world of women here, we're sort of very.
I think the major issue has been when they come in, they no longer are the men of their homes. They no longer feel strong, so they're feeling a bit inadequate, they're feeling a bit lonely.
And also a lot of the men are angry. They're angry because they've been uprooted, as they see it anyway, from their homes. Many of them feel that they were quite capable of looking after themselves, and why have they suddenly been uprooted and put in an aged care facility?
It's a very isolated area here. We get into our rooms and we stay in our rooms. That's from what I was doing before I came in, what I'm doing now you'll never ever believe. The difference of life that I'm living after having a lot to do with a lot of people I'm doing bugger all with anyway.
So they're much older and they're more frail and they're in the minority.
So they incline to isolate themselves, stay in their rooms, read, and day by day they actually withdraw from what's going on around them.
Good to see you.
Good on you, mate.
I think getting towards this part of your life, it sort of creeps up on you a bit rather than a lot of planning in advance.
We just meet with them once a week around the table and share our lives together.
They really enjoy coming to a group where there's men around them. As I say, they haven't been in that situation for years and years. What we normally try and do when we start a group and the meeting is to go round and ask each man individually how he's feeling on that particular day.
Jack, so you're here again today?
Yes.
How you been going?
Very well.
Yeah.
But Circle of Men has given them that new release, new hope, that they have something to look forward to every week.
I come from New Zealand and I've been living over in Australia now for over 20 odd years.
And you're an accountant by trade? You're an accountant by trade?
Oh yes, I've been a chartered accountant for over 50 years. So.
Yeah, I've been out in the bush all most of my life.
Yeah.
I've grown up in Northampton and went on to cattle stations for years.
Yeah.
And travelled around a bit in the army, fire brigade.
Yeah.
I'm Jimmy Cosgrove. I've been in here for the last 2 years. I came in here after my wife died.
Yes, I lost my wife, and so I'm very, very conscious of her absence.
Often they'll also talk about it more deeply, about how much they miss their wives, and then that moves to tears. And so this is a really wonderful thing that the Circle of Men is able to do, is gather men together. And because they are normally used to holding things into themselves, it gives them that permission to actually express what's happening with them in a safe environment with men that they trust.
One of our gentlemen in the nursing home, I brought him over to the Circle of Men meeting for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and it was great for me because it really moved me when I brought him in. He doesn't communicate very much, but when he came around the corner, saw all the gentlemen, he said g'day, and his face lit up and he was smiling and laughing, and he really enjoys the whole experience of being there, so it was lovely to see that.
They like to have a bit of fun, they still like to learn, they like to tell us about their stories, where they worked and what dog they had or what car they drove or something like that. So yeah, they're wonderful guys. Have any of you blokes ever been sent to the headmaster to get the cuts?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, look at that, everybody.
She gave him 3 cuts. He put the other hand out and he said, more please, miss. And she expelled him. He never got another day in school in his life.
Is that right?
And Mum would sit in the side car with my sister, a couple of years younger, and I'd sit in behind the dad, hanging onto him on the pillion seat. Wow. Away we went.
My great-grandfather came out in 1847 from England.
This guy's lost my brain. And down the bottom he's got, please don't contact me, I'm happy.
I think having an outlet like Circle of Men has given them a purpose. They're of a generation where men used to love being with men and men spoke about women.
If you took her into the Sahara Desert, within 10 minutes you would have found somebody to talk to.
I think I've known women like that, you know.
To have two chaps like you and come along here regularly and then come up with interesting programs like you do, it's a credit to you. Yeah. And that also inspires us to keep on going when we're at the eventide of our life.
And today I'm surprised at the number of men are here and to enjoy something like this, you know. And thank you very much.
Good on you, Andy. Thank you for coming.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
I mean, I never thought I'd ever do this sort of thing, and I got tapped on the shoulder by one of the members of the Circle of Men and said, Mike, do you want to come along and give back something to the community?
A great many men just don't know about this imbalance in the population in nursing homes. I'm sure that many would volunteer if they only knew.
We can only grow if we have more volunteers and that is our difficulty of getting men who are prepared to come and, more important, prepared to listen. We don't want them necessarily to talk a lot. We want them to listen to what the men are saying, pick up on what the men are saying, be able to expand the conversation, and that's the sort of type of man we're looking for.
We're paying back the fact that they worked for all their lives and gave us the country we've got. And this is our little bit to give back to them.
Any money that we receive, we badly need. We'd love some more. It certainly helps us grow.
I encourage you to support the Circle of Men. Go and volunteer an hour of your week, an hour of your day, to help these people work with a forgotten element of our community, our men in our nursing homes who are outnumbered by the women, who need that interaction with other men. Please get behind the Circle of Men and support this great cause.
But men need men. Most important, men need men.
In Nandibi's world of women, men sought to find a voice, quite promptly found an answer, and Men's Circle was their choice. To also work in other homes where men were sparse and few, and from a certain somewhere male circles grew and grew. To express oneself in mateship is the heart of this idea, in an atmosphere of harmony, and surely nothing's freer. And so in place by place these circles weekly meet, truly glad to see each other with a friendly handshake greet. A good hour or so of chatting finds each fellow new restored. Maybe some back patting, but no one leaves there feeling bored.